Next Sunday, we go from the short track to the high-speed mile-and-a-half Atlanta Motor Speedway as the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup race number 7 comes your way at 1 Eastern Time, Sunday on ABC. Driver leading with 10 to go has lost 2 of the last 3 Atlanta races. By the way, Jimmie Johnson has won 2 of the last 3 Atlanta races.
And there's been a lot of guys who win that thing off of turn 4 at Atlanta. That's one of the most notorious corners out there. A lot of momentum. Man, it's going to be an exciting race next week.
We start with NASCAR Countdown, 1 Eastern ABC from Atlanta next Sunday. Jimmie Johnson leads here as we come up on halfway. His teammate Jeff Gordon is behind him. Then it's McMurray, Edwards, and Earnhardt Jr., the rest of the top 5. And it's interesting how the cream rises to the crop here. You've had 2 chasers have troubles today, Kyle Busch and Matt Kenseth. Everybody else is running in the top 11.
What about Bill Elliott? Look at him right there. I mean, he almost went a lap down earlier, got it back. Now he's got that car handling really good. Battle with Montoya there. Got the right rear corner tore up on it. It looks like he's in his rhythm right now.
That's Elliott and the Wood Brothers 21. And, of course, the Wood Brothers from Stewart, Virginia, just up the road from here.
Old Bill's giving the Wood Brothers another good ride today. He's doing a good job there. He's got that old race car down there hunting around the bottom, de-wedging a little bit, getting after it.
And just in front of them, 28 car that had some troubles earlier today. Travis Kvapil for the Yates Racing team. And he's recovered nicely from his early spin. He's up to 19.
I can't hardly believe how tough these new cars are. I mean, we see a lot of cars get the wall. I mean, you saw Travis get in the wall hard, and it's still all together and still going. I mean, the older car would have been tore to smithereens. These new cars are really tough.
Travis has done a great job getting back in this race. And speaking of toughness, you saw that Elliott Sadler wreck just a second ago. He slammed that wall extremely hard and looked like the car was wholly unscathed.
Yeah, Brad, he said he come across the radio and said this thing is tore to pieces.
Yeah.
It didn't look tore up to us. I mean, so it must have been a suspension part or something.
And Reed Sorensen, as we look a little deeper into the field, 41 car having a nice ride. He goes back home to race in the Atlanta area next Sunday.
Absolutely. Reed out of Peachtree City, Georgia, over there. Young man's a good little racer. He's getting his act together. I'm looking for big things out of Reed going forward.
Now got 31 cars on the lead lap for the moment, as the leader has caught the end of the field, Doc.
He has. Jimmie Johnson moving inside of Chad McCumbee in the 45. And by the way, Chad will be in that 45 the remainder of the year, with the exception of Kyle Petty's run at Phoenix. Moving in on Ken Schrader is Jimmie.
Sure takes a lot of patience, doesn't it, Dale, when you have a great car, you're catching all these guys. You see he's trying to put a lap on Ken Schrader right here. Jimmie Johnson is.
Yeah, you're wanting to go as hard as you can, but you see that whole line of cars up there that's going to race hard, and you know that you're going to have your hands full in trying to pick and choose your spots. And that's what you have to do, is find out. Jimmie knows where his car is best, but he's going to have to use that to his advantage in trying to put these guys a lap down.
That's the thing. He's got a lot to lose right here in this position, and these guys in front of him don't have a lot to lose. They're going to push and shove, do whatever it takes, and block to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, that's Schrader right in front. He's the last car on the lead lap in the 30th spot. And here comes Jeff Gordon. It's going to allow him to close in. You know, it's always easier for the guy in second to get by these guys, because once you get a lap down, you kind of lose a little bit of that edge, and it makes it easier for him. We'll look back, and Jamie McMurray's not far behind Jeff Gordon.
When you're in this kind of traffic right here, and you're Jeff Gordon, you're catching Jimmie Johnson, you see he's struggling to lap cars. Are you going to give him a break, or are you going to try to just pass him and take advantage of him right here?
Yeah, most of the time you're going to give him a little bit of a break, and I would think with teammates you're going to do that, especially at this stage of the race. If they were another 120 or 30 laps in, it'd be a different story.
Carl Edwards trying to use the traffic here to be able to make the pass on McMurray for 3rd spot, but he couldn't get around because the high side had Regan Smith there.
Both of these Roush cars were a tick faster than the 2 Hendrick cars up front just a few laps ago. Mike?
Well, Bob Osborne really coaching Carl, as we mentioned at the top of the show. Remember, Carl said he was a little bit intimidated the first few times he visited this racetrack, had to learn how to drive it. Well, he still needs to be reminded on occasion, and Bob's just telling him, take it easy, take care of the car. We're still just as good as the leaders, but we got to get to the finish.
Up front, here goes Jeff Gordon back on the inside of Jimmie Johnson, and will retake the lead.
So much for that break you said he was going to give him, Dale.
Well, I'm not so sure that he's not going to let Jeff try to handle a little bit of that. You know, sometimes you just get in there and you're on your brakes hard, and you're actually wearing your car out a little bit more than you want to. He's thinking, all right, I'll let Jeff go up here and see what he can do with these guys.
Let him open the door, and Jimmie just followed him right through.
Yeah, let him wear his front bumper out trying to get by these guys.
I'm not sure that Jimmy's hadn't used up some brake right here, and he's just letting his brakes cool back down. I see a lot of brake dust on the front, his front wheels, so it'll be interesting to see if he's just laying back a little bit.
this is actually an opportunity to do that when you've got lap cars that are holding you up. I've always told my driver, okay, nobody's going anywhere. There's just a lot of lap traffic. Let's just cool it right here. Try to take care of the car for, 10, 15, 20 laps if possible.
These guys pitted on lap 165. We're working 244. And remember, the car stayed on the racetrack was Greg Biffle to be able to lead those 9 laps. He's going to have to come on the pit road here in just a handful of laps to get back, get some tires on his car. Biffle now has slid back to 8th position as you watch this battle. There is Biffle in the 16 car. We're hearing he'll be on pit road here momentarily.
Yeah, he's done a nice job staying out there. He just hasn't gotten the break that he needs, which is a caution around this point in time, so that he can pit with everyone. But his strategy's worked out to get them back into the top 10. But if he doesn't get a caution flag here soon, then it's all going to be for nothing.
See Ken Schrader racing Jeff Gordon extremely hard. He wants to stay on the lead lap.
You can see our top 4 now are bumper to bumper here. You see Biffle on the left side of your screen, but Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Jimmy McMurray.
One more time.
And here getting ready to call Greg Biffle in, and Carl Edwards. They're all our top 4 right there together. Still having a hard time lapping Ken Schrader.
This time, 2 tires, gas.
Came in on lap.
Gas.
Here he comes, finally slowing down, and this has got to seem like an eternity when you make that green flag stop.
You got to understand that all but you got a half-mile racetrack here, and all but about an 1/8 of it is pit road, and you've got to go all the way around there at 30 miles per hour. Yeah, it just seems like you're losing so much time. The only thing worse is that if you speed, then you're going to cost yourself even more time. So you really have to be patient with that.
Jeff Gordon leaders flashing by. They will put Biffle a lap down as he tries to get those right side tires. Dave.
And I guess the number that we should have focused on was 131. He was last on pit road on lap 116. Gets those 2 tires and a wedge adjustment, guys. And remember, this is only halfway through the race now, so there's still time to make this up, but this is tough luck.
Leaders now coming out of turn 2, while Biffle getting up to speed now, headed back into turn 3. It'll be halfway next time by. 250 down and 250 to go here. We are halfway home in the 2008 chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Final short track race of the season. Jeff Gordon is our leader.